Hey everyone, welcome to the Knit and Crochet Spot. My name's Melissa and I'm coming to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. Today is Tuesday, August 16th. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're new here, I'd like to say welcome, and if you're returning, I'd like to say welcome back. So on this channel, I like to talk about knitting, crochet, and yarn, and I like to share things with you such as my finished objects, works in progress, and yarn hauls. So today is Tuesday, like I said, and I've been trying to do this regularly on a Tuesday where I show you the things I've been working on for the week. And so that's what this video is about, all the things I've been working on. I don't have any yarn to show you. I've been very good about not buying yarn the past few weeks. Yay me. So I just have, actually, I only have whips to show you, works in progress. I have no finished objects. And that's because I got a little sidetracked and started 4 new things. I was getting bored with what I was knitting and crocheting, and well, that's what happens to me. I just go ahead and look for other things to start making, and that's what I did. And also, it is hot here, and this room is particularly hot, so I have a fan on, and it seems like it's quiet to me. But if you can hear it and it's distracting, I'm sorry, but it's really hot. And I feel like my face is all, I can just feel it, like it's sweaty. It's just really muggy. The temperatures have gone down some, but the humidity is still here. My hair is frizzy, I'm sweating. Oh, anyway, so let's get on with my 6 works in progress that I'm going to show you. So I will start with my socks. That's the only thing that I have been working on that you've seen before. So we'll start there. I have 2 pairs of socks to show you. And they're not finished, nearly, but not quite. So this first pair, and oh, I found the tag as well. So the first pair I showed you, this has been done for a few weeks now. Well, it's not done. It's the heel. These are knitted socks. There's no pattern. I just did a vanilla sock and decided to put a cable down the middle. So that is this one that you've seen, and then this you saw as well, but I don't know where I was last time. I think I was probably here-ish. So I'm on the toe now, and I'm on the decreases for the toe, and I'm very close. Well, I'm close with getting this off the needles and starting the heels. So I knit my socks on a magic loop. I use a 2.25 knitting needle, and I cast on 64 stitches, and I knit my socks cuff down. So I cast on 64 stitches. I do a 2x2 rib for 15 rounds, and I normally like a shorty sock. So that's where I'm going to put my heel. So you see that that's as much I have around the ankle. And I like to do an afterthought heel. And so these were plain socks. Obviously, they're not variegated or striped. And I thought to, put some interest in the sock that I would add a very basic, simple cable. So that's what I've done. I think I messed up on the last one. Well, I don't think I messed it up, but I think I pulled at the stitches too much, so it looks a little, to me anyway, nobody else will notice it, but it looks a little different than the other ones. I just, I had made a mistake, or this yarn is a little splitty, so I had split the yarn when I was knitting it, and I tried to, so I tinked it back those few stitches, and it kind of stretched the stitches out, so the cable looks a little not as neat and uniform as the others. Yes, so there are the socks so far. And the yarn I'm using is Knit Picks Stroll Tweed Fingering Weight. Here's the tag. And this is the body of the sock. I found this label. It went missing, but I found it. So the body of the sock is called Lavender Field Heather. And I have this much left. It was a 50-gram skein. So they're 50-gram skeins for 231 yards, and they're 65% fine superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, 10% Donegal tweed. So out of a 50-gram skein, I have this much left, and this one is called Lavender Field Heather. And then for the heels and the toes, I'm using this one, and it's the same. It is a Knit Picks Stroll Tweed, and the colorway for this one is Indigo Heather. And this was living in my Cedar Hill Farm bag. So that is so hopefully next week these should be done. These should be done. Alrighty, so my next pair of socks are living in this bag. This is my Madder Root bag. And this, I don't know where, I think I had just barely started this. But here it is. So let's see. Yes, so I am done. I have started on the decreases for the toe. So I knit this all the same, minus the cable down the side is a vanilla sock. I knit it the same, 64 stitches, 2x2 ribbing on magic loop. And these are my both sets of needles are my high sharps, which I like. They're very sharp. You got to be careful. So this, isn't it pretty? So I've got my heel in. So these are still going to be fairly short socks, but they're a little bit longer than the other ones because I decided, I don't know, I just decided I'm going to put my afterthought heel in between the two stripes. Isn't this nice? Oh, I love it. So this is I'm sorry, no it isn't. This is Knit Picks Felici. I'll show you the full skein. So this is new. This was in their latest update, which was a few months ago. So I think if you like this, you could probably go to their website and get some if you wanted. So this is Felici fingering weight. The colorway is Lassie. It is 218 yards, 50 grams, 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. And so this is the skein I'm working with. And I have it, I'm going to make, these socks will match. So I've already, so I'll do my other sock on with this skein. So, and I've got it already cut and everything to where it'll match this sock. I love it. This was when I bought the newer Felici, and I love Felici yarn. I didn't need any more, but it had new colors. This was my favorite one, and so I'm getting a text. Okay, so yes, so this was my favorite one, and so I couldn't wait to knit it up. So there are my socks, and hopefully at least one pair will be done next time. Okay, so now on to the 4 new works in progress that I have to show you. These are things I started this past week, and the first one is living in this bag. This is Nan Bags, and this is a knit sweater that I'm knitting for my granddaughter, and I'm going to show you a picture of it on the screen somewhere because my printer is acting up, so when I printed the pattern out, it's barely visible, so this should be on the screen somewhere. And so the name of the pattern is Britannia, and it's from Tincanknits. And I have not gotten very far on it. I just barely started it. But this is what I have so far. This sweater is knit from the bottom up. This is all I have. Let me try to get it. So just doing garter stitch now. It's got some lovely cables in it, and yep, so right now it's just garter stitch. That's all that I've started. And I'm knitting these on, let's see, these are my high interchangeables, and these are 3.75 millimeter needles, and they're on a 16-inch cord, which it says in the pattern that you can do this, the whole sweater on a 16-inch, so we'll see. This bright pink. Ooh, I love it. And here's the yarn. And this is Hobby Lobby yarn. I got this on clearance. This, you know, they just had their clearance in, what was it? I don't know, a few months back. So this is part of the yarn I got at Hobby Lobby. And it is the Yarn Bee Authentic Hand-Dyed Vivid Flamingos in Flight. There's the label. And I got it for $3.74. It's normally $14.99. And yes, the colorway is Flamingos in Flight. And it is 100% superwash merino wool. It is a number 3 light, 100 grams, 215 yards. Excuse me. So I just barely started it. And I'm excited to do this. I love the color. And I've got, so it said for her size, I was going to do 4 to 6 years old. It is very, I think there are something like, there is like maybe 17 different sizes. Is that right? There's a lot of, it goes from like 0, newborn to 3 months, all the way up to, well, I can tell you right here. Instead of guessing, let's see. It goes from 0 to 6 months all the way to 6XL. So I'm doing the 4 to 6 year old, and it says you need 600 yards. And my granddaughter, she's kind of on the smaller side. She's kind of petite. She's a big baby, but she's petite now. So she's 4, but she kind of still fits into 3T and stuff. But I wasn't gonna make the 2 to 4 year olds because she definitely doesn't fit into a 2-year-old. So this may be big, but I thought it'd be cute, even if it's a bit oversized with some leggings or something, and then she'll have it for longer. I didn't do a gauge swatch because I know it's gonna come out, if anything, it'll come out big, and that's okay. So that is that works in progress. Okay, the next one is, this is my Toad Hollow bag. And this is a knit hat. Now this, I don't know if this is a free pattern or a paid for pattern. I will link it down below either way, but here it is. I've had this pattern for quite a while. Let's see, yes, since November, I printed this out November 22nd, 2015. And I've made this hat many times. It's a cabled hat, as you can see. Yeah, so here's what I have so far. I've just started the cables. Let's see. I've just started the cables. So the brim, I knit, it's, I don't know if I'm giving anything away because I can't. Well, you can see in the pattern that it's a folded over. You can see by the picture that it's a folded over brim. So I went ahead and knit enough so that I could fold it over. So, and then I've just started the cables, and this yarn, oh, is so nice. So the needles I'm using, these are my Addy needles on a 16-inch cord, and well, these are 5mm needles. And I started out with 4mm to do the brim, and now I'm on to the 5mm. And the yarn, oh, I'm in love with this yarn. So this is a new yarn from Hobby Lobby. And, whoops. Here it is. And this is from Hobby Lobby, Yarn Bee, and it's, the name of it is Easygoing. That's the brand or the type of yarn. And the colorway is Willow. Here is the tag. It is so nice. It is, I really, really recommend this yarn. And let's see. So the colorway is Willow. It is 100 grams, 175 yards. It's a number 4, 60% acrylic, 40% polyamide. It is just, I can't tell you. I think that the stitches are going to look beautiful, and it is so soft. It's been really nice to work with. Now, I don't think they have too many colors, but I want to grab up so much of this yarn. It is really nice. So I'm going to show it to you again. You really, if you like Hobby Lobby yarns, go get this yarn. It is Yarn Bee Easy Going, and it is really, really nice. Really nice. It's very, oh, it's so soft, and it's not splitty at all. And I just feel like the stitches, I guess you'd say the stitch definition is really nice. So, yes. All right, so my next works in progress is some Fingerless Myths. I don't normally like to make Fingerless Myths. I don't actually like to make them at all because of the thumb, but I don't know. I just thought, I saw this on another channel that I like to watch, Knit for Brains. Laura, she makes these all the time, and I thought, I'm going to give these a go. It's a free pattern. Well, let me just tell you the bag. So it's living in my Star Wars bag, and this is from a Stitchy Girl Studio. And I'm going to have to show you, I'm going to put a picture of the pattern on the screen somewhere because, like I said, my printer is no good, and so you won't be able to see it when I print it out. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It is called the Point Edwards Mitts, and here is what I have so far. And these are knit. I don't know if I said that. Here's what I have so far. Oh, I love the color of this yarn. So this is what I have so far. So I'm knitting these. I'm not using double pointed needles because I don't even know what size are these needles. These are, they're my highest sharps. It's 3.5 millimeters. I don't even know. Anyway, I'm doing the magic loop. Here it is so far. I love this yarn. Let's see. Here's the skein coming from, or the cake. I caked it up. And this yarn is actually from Leather. And this came in, I feel a bit guilty, but this came in, I used to, a long time ago now, it's been well over a year. I used to get a subscription box from Leather, and Leather is a crochet subscription box. So you get this beautiful hand-dyed yarn and a bunch of other goodies. You get nice hooks, and you get a stitch marker and crochet patterns. But I'm knitting with it. She has her own podcast on YouTube, and she knits, so, but I always thought I would save this yarn, and even if I didn't want to do the patterns that came with the yarn, I would still try to find crochet, because it is a crochet box. But it's a DK. This calls for DK, and I thought, look at it, I love it. So I'm not sure if I said this. The reason why I don't really like doing Fingerless Myths is because of the thumb. I just don't like doing that. So we'll see how, other than that, you know, it's fine. So we'll see how. I love how this is knitting up. I'm doing all of these. A lot of these will be Christmas presents, even the socks. So, did I tell everything? Oh, well, let me tell you about the yarn. So it's from Leather, and this was in their London box. Years ago, she was doing, every box was centered around a destination, and this one was from London, and it's a DK. The yarn is a DK. It's 100% superwash merino, 231 yards, 100 grams, and so the destination for that month was London, so she named this yarn London. And there is hair. So there is that. Okay, so on to my last works in progress. It is living in this bag. This is a Cottontail Farms bag. I show off these bags quite often. I have quite a few of them. I love them very much. And this is a crochet works in progress. So I have made some granny squares. I don't really do the granny square thing all that much, and I didn't realize yesterday was Granny Square Day. Is total coincidence. But I made some granny squares with the intention of making a bag. So I've made the granny squares, and I used a pattern, or I used a video tutorial by Hooked on Robin, and I made the Sunburst granny square. And I've made 5 of them. They're all the same. I'm feeling fall. They're all the same, and so I've got 5. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need yet. I think between 14 to 18. Now, I don't actually have I haven't decided on any tutorial or pattern on how to actually make the bag, or if I'm just gonna, I haven't figured that part out yet. I just know that I want to make these into a bag, and I've sort of, by looking at different patterns and tutorials, I've noticed, depending on what I want to do, I'll probably need between, like I said, 14 to 18. And so I have no experience with granny squares. I'm going to have to look up videos, which I have been doing, on how to sew them together. I think so far I want to do is it crochet as you go, or whatever, you use a single crochet method and you do them, I don't know, it's as you go type method. So, and then because I want to see, when I crochet them together, I want to see, I have a contrasting color I'm going to use. I'm going to use this. And then when I make the handles and stuff, I want to use this color. So I don't want like an invisible seam. I actually want to see that seam. So these will be the colors. And I've done really well. I've made all of these, and I've sewn in all the ends so far. I've just left that tail so that I know that this is the back side. So on all of them, I've just left that one tail. It's very fallish, isn't it? So this will be, like I said, I'll sew these together, or crochet them together. Crochet as you go. I don't know what that method really is called, but I want to use this and then use it for the handles and everything. And yeah, so the yarn that I'm using for this is all I Love This Cotton. So here they all are. And let's see. So I Love This Cotton. There's their label. This is from Hobby Lobby. And it is a number 4 weight yarn, 180 yards, 100 grams, 100% cotton. Excuse me, let me get a drink. Okay. So this one here, that's gold. This one here is sage, and this one here is brown. And then this color that I will use is French lilac, and I am using a crochet hook, 5mm crochet hook. So I'm very much looking forward to this. And this yarn is just so soft and lovely. And I got to get back to it. So I don't, the granny squares and sewing in the ends, nobody likes doing that. But I seriously, after I get done with, I got done with the brown, I sewed the tail in. I got done with the yellow, I sewed the tail in. Got done with the green, I sewed the tail in. That was the best way for me. Otherwise, I'd have been left with 8 million ends to weave in. Then I think, as some of the tutorials I've watched, when you single crochet them together as you go, something like that, that there's much less tails to weave in than if you just did a whip stitch or whatever. So I'm excited about that. Excuse me again. So that is all my works in progress, and that's all that I have to share with you today. I hope you all have enjoyed this video and that you're going to have a fabulous rest of your week. And I will see you soon. And until then, bye for now.